Once they were certain that Vo Wei had gone far enough, over 10 armed men charged forward at the same time, aiming to break through the blood barrier surrounding Luke Li's body. At that moment, his crimson eyes snapped open, exuding a chilling aura. A bloodbath was about to unfold. Meanwhile, the soldier guiding Vo Wei grew curious when he saw her obediently comply without resistance upon seeing the blood summon order. He hadn't expected her to be so cooperative. However, he was unaware that everything was within her calculations. Halfway through their journey, she suddenly stopped and leisurely sat down as if she were about to watch a grand performance. The soldier's expression darkened as he questioned her intentions, but she didn't bother to reply. Instead, she silently noted that this location was perfect for observing everything unfold. Back at Luke Li's location, Trang Hoi Thai's shadow army launched their attack. As soon as they struck, a sudden vortex appeared, engulfing Luke Li entirely. When the vortex dissipated, he re-emerged, his form unchanged. Still standing tall, the assassins exchanged bewildered glances. They had clearly struck him, yet he remained completely unharmed. Without hesitation, the entire group launched another coordinated assault. However, Luke Li remained composed, not even acknowledging their attacks. He was solely focused on observing his own body. This eerie behavior sent a shiver down their spines. Something was wrong. Just as they realized the danger, it was already too late. With a single wave of his hand, Luke Li effortlessly beheaded several of them. Before he could even comprehend what had happened, the leader of the assassins, in utter disbelief, screamed in frustration, declaring that their intelligence had been completely wrong. He immediately ordered all remaining troops to switch to battle strategy number 2. This time, the surviving assassins charged in unison. Yet, before they could even get close, their internal organs were crushed from a distance. The leader himself didn't even realize when Luke Li had severed his arm. Faced with imminent death, his mind recalled the indoctrination he had received from Trang Hoi Tui, never retreat, no matter the cost. Determined, he activated a forbidden technique. He commanded the remaining assassins to sacrifice themselves, offering their souls and strength to him. Empowered by their sacrifice, he charged forward with newfound confidence, ready to confront Luke Li head-on. At this moment, Luke Li calmly put on the mystic divine earring before taking the initiative to charge toward his opponent. However, the closer he got, the more his body began to disintegrate, with half of it reverting to its original skeletal form. Seeing this, his opponent smirked smugly, looking utterly despicable. Just as he launched his attack, Luke Li fully transformed into a white bone demon. But one should never mistake blooming flowers for the arrival of spring. Before his opponent could react, Luke Li effortlessly dodged and sent him flying, decapitating him in an instant. His body then returned to its human form immediately after. As the battle concluded, Vo Wei appeared, clapping her hands in admiration. Senkamen had gathered enough evidence from the Bloodstorm tribulation to confirm that the assassins who ambushed Luke Li and lured her away were all under Trang Hoi Thai's command. As for the men who had led her away, she had already sent them to their graves. It turned out that her being lured away was the second trial for Luke Li. However, at this moment, Vo Wei's attention was fixated on something else, his little bird. After a few seconds of stunned silence, Luke Li finally realized and hastily covered himself. His reaction greatly pleased Vo Wei, so she decided to grant him one wish. But this tough guy only wanted information about his brother, Han Nyat Tiu. Upon hearing this, Vo Wei sighed heavily and regretfully told him that Han Nyat Tiu was no longer alive. Her words struck Luke Li like a lightning bolt, leaving him momentarily speechless. He lowered